Have you ever felt like the kinder you are, the less people seem to respect you? You give without asking, you show up when others don't. And yet somehow, you're the one left unseen, unheard, even taken for granted. It's frustrating, right? But here's the truth. Kindness isn't the problem. It's kindness with no boundaries. Kindness that's constant, unmeasured, and unquestioned until it turns into self-neglect. You see, being kind without direction is like pouring water into a bottomless cup. No matter how much you give, it never feels enough. And people? They stop seeing your kindness as a choice and start expecting it as a duty. But it doesn't have to be this way. The ancient Stoics understood this paradox, and they left behind powerful insights to help us stay generous without losing our dignity. In this video, we'll explore 5 Stoic rules that will help you remain kind, but never disrespect it again. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Too much kindness can actually harm you. When you give endlessly without pause, without question, you're not being noble. You're betraying your own needs. You're handing your time, your energy, your peace to anyone who asks without ever asking yourself, at what cost? People start to see you not as generous, but as someone who simply can't say no. And when that happens, your kindness becomes currency they no longer value. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that includes your kindness. If it drains your spirit, it's not virtue. If it steals your peace, it's not strength. True kindness begins where self-respect is protected. So ask yourself, is your kindness an act of love or a form of self-abandonment? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thanked the air you breathe? It's always there, always free, so we forget how vital it truly is. The same happens with your time, your help, your presence. When you always say yes, always show up, always give, people stop seeing your kindness as a gift. They start seeing it as a given, as something they're owed. And here's where Stoic wisdom hits hard. What's abundant is taken for granted, but what's rare becomes sacred. Your energy has value. Your time has weight. So stop giving out of fear of losing people, fear of being disliked. Start giving with intention. Let your kindness be a choice, not a reflex. Because if you treat your presence like it's nothing special, so will everyone else. There's a quiet power in the word no. But most of us treat it like a crime scene, rushing to explain, soften, or apologize for it. Why? Because we fear rejection. We fear being seen as selfish or unkind. But here's the truth. You don't owe everyone your time. You don't owe everyone your energy. And you certainly don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. Seneca once said, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." If you're always available, you become invisible. Your presence becomes ordinary. Your yes becomes meaningless. So next time someone asks for more than you can give, try this. "I can't help right now." Full stop. No over-explaining. No guilt. No nervous tone. The more confidently you say no, the more seriously people take your yes. Here's something worth remembering. Kindness is a gift, not a transaction. It should flow toward appreciation, not expectation. When someone genuinely values your support, it feels right to keep giving. That's mutual respect. That's human connection. But when someone expects your help, demands your energy, and never says thank you, what they're really saying is, "You owe me." And the more you keep giving to the ungrateful, the more you teach them that you don't value yourself. Worse, you start believing it. So be mindful of where your kindness goes. Water what grows, withdraw from what drains. The Stoics remind us, your peace is sacred. Don't hand it to those who feel entitled to it. Sometimes the most loving act you can offer is to walk away. There's a quiet trap that many kind people fall into, the need to be liked. You say yes to avoid conflict. You overextend just to keep the peace. You water yourself down so no one feels uncomfortable around you. But here's the hard truth. Being liked is not the same as being respected. And when you chase approval, you lose both. The Stoics never aimed to please. They aimed to live rightly. They followed virtue, not popularity. Respect doesn't come from being agreeable. It comes from being grounded, from showing up with intention, from saying yes when it matters and no when it's right. So ask yourself, are you acting out of fear of rejection or out of loyalty to your principles? Because in the end, it's not the ones who pleased everyone who leave a mark. It's the ones who stood for something. Let's be clear, kindness is not weakness. But kindness without strength, that's a different story. That's the kind of kindness that gets stepped on, forgotten, taken for granted. True Stoic kindness is quiet, but it's powerful. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't beg for attention. It stands tall-rooted in clarity, guided by principle. So here's what you do. Set boundaries. Say no without guilt. Give only when it reflects your values. And never trade your peace for approval. There's a quote I want you to carry with you. A Stoic gives but never begs. A Stoic helps but never gets used. A Stoic respects others but never forgets their own worth. If you live by these 5 rules, something changes. Not just in how others treat you, but in how you see yourself. So don't just listen to this message, live it. And watch the world begin to treat you with the same quiet strength you've chosen to carry.